InShalla and Ashe. Blessings to you. Tonya D here. Welcome to my daily snippet. Today is Wednesday, August 4th, 2021. And I'm excited about the cosmic energy today. It's actually like this expanding sun or our expanding heart. But first, let's check out the element of the day. We have this Yang Wood or Yaya Daymaster with a monkey on the branch. Just saying. That out loud kind of makes me laugh. A monkey on the branch. Kind of like swinging in the tree. I don't know. But before we get to the monkey, let's look at the energy of the day, which is wood or yang wood. So yang wood actually rules our gallbladder. It's like an old, ancient, wise, birthing new tree. It's got like, a stealthy tree trunk. So the gallbladder, if you were a daymaster, Yangwood daymaster, the gallbladder, drink lemon water first thing in the morning. It's the sour. The taste is sour for wood, and this actually would assist you, your daymaster, if this was you. Before, the black coffee, the fire energy. Coffee's the fire element energy. But this person has this unfriendly relationship with their parents. The yin wood is actually unfriendly to a yang wood or an enemy. So that just tells me that maybe their parents aren't kind or they're angry or something like that, because they're right next to them. So it's just the same element wood by yin in nature. And we still have all this yin energy anyway with some yang today. But wood daymasters traditionally are kind. They're kind-hearted. The emotion is anger. Even shouting. Shouting is like an aspect of an imbalance of wood energy, is shouting. A healthy direction for wood people is the east. It rules growth and expansion. And wood people, because if this was a fire daymaster with zero wood energy, then you kind of bring in the energy of the element in that you need to ultimately nourish the daymaster. So if they have a wood daymaster and lots of the wood energy or the element, it actually has the ability or the energy of kind of being a bit ADHD. So it truly is about balancing these elements. So who would we bring in to nurture our daymaster? I'm going with water again. Water can nurture the wood, and actually a tiger hour on the branch, or they're called tenure cycles. When a tiger year comes in on the branch, or a pig, actually, that would be an asset. But I kind of feel like water has been the element for the entire Earth Month season to bring in, actually. But actually, coming up this week, Thursday, we actually get some new elements on the month. Super excited about that. I'm not going to share. And I want to bring in, for this Lionsgate Lioness new moon portal experience, I'm going to talk about the gate in the human design, but I'll get to that later this week. But wood people, they like to bring balance and, the wood kind of qualities for wood element energy in general. It's like achieving goals. These people turn resources into products, ideas into profits. They believe truly in expansion, or that growth will really resolve any problem. So it's like their solution. Jupiter is the planet associated with the wood energy or the element. Different shades of green. It's our vision. It's both physical vision or otherworldly vision. The spirit, or what they call in the Chinese the Shen, is Hun, Hun. That is direction, and it is planning. So that would be like energy and ideas coming in from the other world, spirit, into the body to make manifest in the physical. I kind of should have shared this before, but before all these daily snippets, but I'm getting into that. So the monkey, it's kind of a favorable element on the branch, or unfavorable, I should say. It kind of makes me wonder if the wife or the relationship is kind of scratchy because it's unrefined metal. So sometimes they have like this harsh, scratchy, disruptive kind of voice. It reminds me of bickering. I'm a wood person. I really don't like bickering. Matter of fact, this is my Daymaster. Different elements, of course, but fire could also be an asset. But you only really need a little bit of fire. Fire to wood is like how the person performs or the energy that they put out. So they need the element of fire to take those ideas and really put them into action. So if you have some ideas there, you can move them forward. Wood people are future orientated. They look ahead, not behind. They look forward. They don't look at all in the rearview mirror. The coulda, woulda, shouldas, like just throw that shift away. But the cosmic energy for today, it's where our heart and our emotions literally come online together. And once they blend together in our personal cosmic soup, they create and form a new belief. So what does that even mean, right? So this is like a learning curve kind of day where we're expanding, and it really goes along with our Daymaster expansion. And even realizing a new truth in our awareness field. So this usually brings a sense of more adventure, fun, childlike wonder, or even curiosity. Where our heart, our auric field, our heart center, our chakra, really becomes this beacon, this light pulsating by our feelings. So some things might appear larger than life, actually larger than they actually are. So if you woke up, with negative feelings like fear, shame, guilt, any of that crap, clear the cosmic clutter just off your field, just flick it out before you even start your day. And imagine exploring the world from a place of your personal narrative, a love of your integrity. We literally put that in place yesterday in yesterday's daily snippet. Now it's like engaged within our beingness. So our heart is going to notice all things that really aren't in alignment or in integrity with our personal heart space, our personal love story. So anything that's lacking in our personal love story is really going to stick out. Like we've stubbed our toe, we have a sore thumb, we got a sticker. I was thinking of not a sticker. I guess it is a sticker. So yeah, something that's kind of irritating us. So what does that even look like? Could be a relationship, an environment, something you're doing today or in your day-to-day world. So really what we're realizing is that the aspects that have no love in our life, that's what we're going to notice. They have no love at all. They're not even neutral. They just have no love. But also we get to find out where and what our heart is actually more attracted to and more in alignment with. So we feel the feeling of being cared for, and we feel that feeling. But you also find out what you are attracted to, people or situations that you might have avoided in the past. So you're suddenly seeing different opportunities that you've never seen before. So, for example, this would be like when you're thinking about buying a car and all you see on the road is that car that you're thinking about buying. You see it everywhere. It's like the slug bug game, right? So that container is literally open today because we're putting that personal love story that we've been writing since we started these daily snippets. So we're putting those vibrations of love out into the world, out into the cosmic highway. So I would think of it like a bass and a sound system in your home, TV, whatever they call that, or the vibrational frequencies of drumming. So you just might attract that entirely new village or tribe into your reality. So you're expanding your awareness to an environment that actually brings your heart to create a new reality in your belief narrative. So today is a day to explore all of those aspects in your life. What your heart is truly attracted to or actually attracted to. And go ahead and just make a mental list. I would probably write it down or journal it actually. What you're no longer attracted to. and truly learn from what you find in that list. You know, you don't need to judge yourself. In the Energy Body Demystified, I talked about creating your personal story from a non-judgmental way. It's like your reputation, upgrading it from. So this is kind of what's going through is you're shifting your narrative to a new frequency vibration of your story. I just noticed I'm over here. See you all. So what we learn from not judging ourselves. So, you know, just flick that away. We do it all the time, unfortunately. Not all the time, but more often than we should. So today's a day to actually nurture ourselves through our emotional uncertainty and trust that higher frequency vibration and try something new that your heart really is curious about, you know, something that excites it, like that childlike wonder. For me, it would be trying to figure out how to work Restream instead of Ecamm, just do one thing alone. Or actually just sitting down and actually writing a book that I've actually shelved for a while. So you kind of want to put that in your observation seat. Imagine yourself in a car just observing of where we stop, you know, and allow yourself to just be in the moment and be in joy in that moment. And just see what happens instead of taking it personally. So just noticing that whatever we attract is really a direct reflection of a signal. It's like a beacon that we're actually putting out into the world. It's our own personal light show, really. So once we shift that signal, whether it's an alert signal or otherwise, we can truly law of attract anything that our heart truly, authentically desires. So it's really about holding the frequency today. Today's really about life, love, and happening, being in the flow to this high five definition sound system, right? So just notice what feels unattractive to you now. Where other things like come into your peripheral view, your sidewinders. Woo! I have Diddy sitting on my lap, by the way. And, you know, things that you didn't actually notice ever before. You have to kind of take time and space, and that's when things really come in the peripheral. So, you know, it might be a rite of passage today that brings a new sense of inner strength, inner beingness, being in this frequency, in this vibration. It really takes us back really into the field of the oneness field. You know, I am connected, I am love. Just literally wiping out all of the memory of our soul being alienated or sabotaged or even a scapegoat. Sorry, I have Diddy moving around on my butt. No, okay, there we go. So what happens is we clear out all of our past life patterns, those inner voices that truly might be sabotaging our lives even now. Our third eye is open today, and I don't know about yours, but the third eye is also, it coincides with the energy of wood, so does Jupiter, so that's kind of curious. So deep purples and plums and violets, eating the plums, great idea. My girlfriend actually bought me some mulberries or blueberries over. They were really dark and juicy. They were almost black. They were so purple. Yellows and greens are also online today. You could wear a lime color if you want, any blend of yellow and green, because that always resonates with the heart anyway. Different aspects of our beingness. The angelic beings, we still have Raz. He's in my show notes. He'll be online till, I think, August 22nd, actually. And then we have Raguel, whom is a friend of God. And Raguel is an angelic being. It's the role of creating our peace and our harmony and healing, you know, any misunderstandings or disagreements or arguments. It's kind of like the mediator, you know, finding our soul unity, just bringing in this harmony and prosperity. So this is like a fairness angel, which is kind of cool. It reminds me of Libra, even though it's not associated with Libra. So I found that kind of interesting. Then we also have Gabriel. Gabriel is like the strength of God. This is where God Universe brings us these hidden messages from source energy and just wants us to realize our strength and make us stronger. It's related to the feminine forces. Sometimes I think of forces of adversity because women are kind of shifty to each other. They're not always loving and kind, which is a weird kind of thing. I grew up with 4 sisters, so plus a mom. Woo! Talk about a shift show. But it's the feminine forces, it's motherhood, it's childhood, it's this protector of our inner child. So today would be an amazing day to bring in the childlike wonder. It would be a great day to play, have an adventure, go back into your childhood. My childhood was actually pretty creative. I was blessed with growing up on a town and a farm. So I got to do all these crazy fun things without the concrete jungle around me. The card of the day I'm actually super stoked about. It's funny how the universe just picks these things out for me. It's from my consciousness light code deck. Conscious awareness is kind of what it's called. It's a really long name, I must be honest. But we have the freedom. And when we think about freedom, I mean, there's different aspects of freedom, but this is also Pleiades. It's expanding. The energy of Pleiades actually just represents expansion in general. So it's our potential of us moving into alignment, which is juicy, with our universal God connection, that source line. So what the Pleiadians actually learned was that freedom, when you think of it, is a state of being that's found within us. So when we embrace all of these aspects of life, it's obviously, we have different conditions on the earth plane itself, what that looks like. But freedom is actually equal to peace. So it's like, as we are no longer resistant, what we resist always persists. So when we are no longer resistant to what is, so we're attracting and we're actually interacting from life from a place of this internal empowerment, something that's deep inside of us that comes out, that's able to explore. So when our belief systems support our interaction, then we flow, we feel free, we get into the flow, just like a river. So our limitations are kind of equal to something outside of ourselves. And what happens is this then creates or determines this inner state of our beingness that we find inside of ourselves. Kind of creates a dam. So, if you're blaming others for whatever, or any kind of lower frequency, blame, fear, all that crap, then we perceive and experience ourselves as limited. So that's why it's good to clean out that cosmic clutter. So then with this card, it's when our freedom is actually cultivated inside of us. So just imagine a sacred garden inside of you that's been cultivated to be free, and it's more nourishing. So then what happens is we experience the challenges of the world around us from a different perspective, where we can flow through them with ease. So this card truly is here to remind us that freedom is a state of peace, love, joy, choice within every condition in the physical plane. We get to choose that. So this is really available to each and every one of us to nurture our creative inner expression, our inner light, our inner joy, without the resistance of others' reactions or, needing a specific outcome to the narrative, to the story. So, this card actually resonates with Jupiter, the planet Jupiter as well. I found that pretty curious. A lot of Jupiter energy today. So when we begin to live life from a state of joy, we find solutions, creative solutions, just flow inside of us easily and frequently. So when the world around us doesn't determine our happiness, that's truly when we are free. Those are like my go-tos. I say them all the time: peace, joy, happiness. I threw in love because I guess I need to be more loving to myself, obviously, right? But the light language of this card, when you're tuned into it, it actually is assisting in cultivating our freedom inside of us, what that looks like. It's the in. And when you cultivate it within, then you create the cultivation outside of us. So it's kind of this facilitator to discover the ability, this power inside of us to change and build the life of our dreams, our soul's story, our narrative, our beliefs from the inside out. So just kind of observe your initial reaction and let go of needing to control the outside world for your own inner peace. Release this, You don't need to be validated from others. So release that idea and shift your beliefs that don't make you feel free to be actually happy. I would actually find a different perspective in my Dagara, and when I do my divinations, there's an element in there where you get a perspective from a higher view, like from a mountaintop. It's like looking through the eyes of God. You're going to find a higher frequency benefit to all experiences when you look outside of yourself and look through a different perspective. Putting on new glasses all the time kind of does that. So different affirmations for a day like today would be something like, my inner room is sacred and strong. I'm creating my own inner freedom. And whatever we do on the inside actually frequency outside of us. It's like our own personal bubbling spring. Another one is where I am believing that I can shift my day-to-day life for, I would say, the good or the better. Either one of those works. Or I am patient. I am loving myself. And this process grows not only outward, like that wood energy tree, trees grow outward and also forward. So those are some affirmations that you could utilize for a day like today. So yeah, InShalla, Ashe, thanks for joining me. I've got my cell phone on to make sure I am live. So it's kind of funny. Okay, I will see you on the other side. Make it a magical day. And again, blessings to you.